Hey YouTube, we're coming at you today from Matt's garage, my garage. Anyways, sorry for the mess. I had lots of little projects going on this week. And what I'm wanting to talk to you today is about my 2003 Chevrolet Silverado. This is my daily driver. I drive this thing anywhere, everywhere. As you can see from the light, shining down on the paint, that it's in really good shape. For a 2003 model with that shiny of paint, looks that good, then you can definitely tell somebody has taken good care of it. Well, as we walk around to the other side, you can see things have changed. I had some bonehead decided to get in the center lane and not look where he was going, and as I passed by him, he turned right into the side of my truck. Yep, makes you sick, don't it? So that's where I'm at. You can see from my pictures here that it was a nice truck, but it's tore all to pieces now. And you can see, well, at this point, I am fighting with the Liberty Mutual insurance company because they don't want to pay me what my truck is worth, because their auto source report is telling them that my truck doesn't have these options, and they're not smart enough to look outside the box and see, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about, and he's trying to tell us through all the emails he keeps sending, and we're not listening. Well, as you can see, here is the auto source report, and it says right there, plain as day, bed rails. You look over here, if I can get my camera to focus, there it goes, $119. Holy shit, what do you see right there? Man alive, that's bed rails. That is bed rails. All day long, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That is bed rails. Just because when they run the VIN all up here on the front of the dash, and it comes back that my truck didn't have bed rails on it from the factory, doesn't mean that my truck doesn't have bed rails on it now. There is a thing called the aftermarket. Well, that's what we got right here. Aftermarket bed rails. Going back to the list right here. Let's see. It says side steps right here. And as you can see, my truck does have side steps. And then I also looked, but it also shows, let's see, tubular side steps right there. So they give me credit for the tubular side steps. So I can't say too much about the side steps right here not being checked off, because they did give me credit for that. But auto dimming mirror. Okay. Let's go over here and grab a flashlight. Sorry about that noise. As you can see, here is my rear view mirror in my truck. Take a flashlight and shine on it, and guess what it does? You seen how it instantly turned black? Okay, let me pull the shot light away. See it going from black to light again? Okay, there's your mirror. Automatic dimming mirror. There you go. Not sure why that was not listed or not checked off in there, but there it is. Okay. So that should be another $175. XM radio, okay, $325. My truck from the factory, I can't remember if it had XM radio in it or not. But anyways, I didn't like the radio that was in it. I wanted something a little newer. So, I replaced the radio in it. And as you can see, it's a nice CD player. It is, if you look real close right there, it says HD radio, Sirius Radio, ready. And it's ready to be hooked up. The model number is a Clarion CX501. This is a nice radio. Hell, it even comes with a remote. If you look over here in the doors, if you can see behind that grill, you can see that there's speakers back there. There's one there and one there. Well, I added those there. Those they had some speakers there stock, but I added some aftermarket ones. I also added a set of aftermarket speakers back here where the stock ones were, and as you can see, I added a little stock tweeter. These ain't some Walmart brand cheap speakers. These are actually Rockford Fosgate Fanatic Q's carbon fiber speakers. I have the receipt on them. They come from Crutchfield.com. They cost $150 each set. So there's 2 sets in there. That's $300 just for the speakers, not including what it cost me for the CD player with the satellite radio. So right there, that's just $300 for the speakers, and probably another couple $100 for the XM radio. So that's $500. Okay. Well, you go back over here to your list. It says XM satellite radio, $325. Okay, I'm willing to accept $325 for what I have put into my speakers. Even though I've got more in them, I'm willing to accept that $325. Well, what I'm not willing to accept is I bought this custom bed liner. This is a Line-X bed liner. This is a top of the line bed liner. It ain't some $100 roll-on Walmart bed liner. This is a spray-in bed liner that's professionally done. And as you can see, it's in great shape. If you look right over here on the side of the bed, every vehicle that gets Line-X bed liner, if you look on the top of that, it says warranty tag Line-X, and then down below it says Dallas, Georgia, and it's got their phone number. You only get those if you have an actual Line-X bed liner sprayed in. Well, guess what? This is a Line-X bed liner. So I called the Line-X store here in Cleveland, Tennessee, since I don't live in Georgia anymore. I called the Line-X store here in Cleveland, Tennessee, and they want $525 to respray this bed liner. To do the exact same thing that's in this truck, they want $525. So, on top of that, just to point out one thing, this truck didn't come with a factory tow package on it. Well, guess what? I went and I purchased from a junkyard the factory tow-in package that hooks up underneath the bumper here. You can see it runs all the way across, connects to the frame on both sides, and you can see that there's a towing package on it. I even wired in the little connector there, and up under the hood I wired in the appropriate connections for that, and I also added the heavy duty fan and this, that, and the other. And if you also look, you can see the chrome exhaust tips on each side. I've also got a Flowmaster set of mufflers on here. So, you know, I've added extra mufflers and all this other stuff, and that's where we're at. Now, to the wheels. These are aftermarket 20-inch wheels. The truck did not come from the factory like this. So these are wheels that I installed on this vehicle. And anyways, I understand Liberty Mutual don't want to give me credit for that, and that's fine. So whenever I go to turn the vehicle back in, I'm going to put the original chrome steel wheels on it, like the ones that I'm getting credit for in the paperwork over here. If you look over here on the paperwork, it says, with a little dot out beside of it, chrome steel wheels. So when you guys get the truck back from me, it's going to have that wheel along with these other 3 wheels and tires that came on the truck on it. My 20-inch custom wheels are not going to go with the truck unless Liberty Mutual wants to pay me $1,000 for them. I don't feel like giving away any more freebies to insurance companies, especially since they've given me the runaround for 6 weeks and have not offered to get me a rental car, and I've not had no way to go back and forth. I was sore in my back for several days after the accident. It was right during the holidays, so we had left to go up to Thanksgiving, all the way from Tennessee all the way up into Kentucky, and it was a long drive, and I didn't go to the doctor and get checked up then, but I'm thinking I am going to, once I get my vehicle situated, and I think I probably do need to get checked out somehow. But that's where we're at. I did also send in these other comparisons because on the report that Liberty Mutual sent me, their comparisons sucked. As you can see, the one that I sent them is the most comparable. It's a 2003. It's got the LS package. It's a regular cab. It does not have the step side, but it's $12,000. Funny thing is, it has 38,605 miles. So that's almost 3,000 miles more than my truck has. And it does not have no running boards, side steps, and none of the custom stereo and this, that, and the other. And they want $12,000 for it. And, it's just a plain Jane truck. I'm sure it's probably got dents, and it probably does not look nowhere near this truck. But that's where we're at. I don't think that I should have to take $10,000 for a truck that would sell for probably $11,000, $12,000. If other vehicles are selling for that, and they're plain Jane with no options on it, this truck here should at least bring that, especially since it has less miles. So that's where we're at. So I'm leaving it up to Liberty Mutual to help me, and if they don't, that's fine too. I'll make sure I inform the public of what to do during an accident and how to make sure to always get your report and go over that thing with a fine-tooth comb, because these reports are made to give the customer less money and put more money in the pockets of insurance companies. And I do not respect that, because one, your vehicle is worth what it's worth. And for them to try to take away and tell you your vehicle's not worth, and compare your vehicle to other vehicles that has, a V6 in it. Who wants a truck with a V6 in it that's a full size? I mean, hell, the thing don't even have enough power to pull itself, much less, try to pull a load. That's what I did with this truck, is I pulled a trailer with this truck. So, that's one of their tricks. They compare your vehicle to a V6, and they say that they give you credit for it, but they don't. It's not accurate, and that's why all these different companies like CCC and AutoSource and all these companies all have lawsuits against them because they try to give the customer less than what your vehicle's worth. And if you've had any kind of customizations like this, they do not take it into consideration. So Liberty Mutual, whenever you reevaluate this truck again, you might want to take a look at it, because you're not giving me what my truck's worth, and I don't feel like being ripped off. It's been 6 weeks and I've not had a vehicle, and it's just not right. So do the right thing and make this right, and pay me what my truck's worth, and make sure you give me all my options that come stock on the truck, and all my aftermarket options that I have added to this truck. Because if this was your own personal vehicle, you wouldn't take any less for it than what it was worth. So don't expect me to. So that's where we're at. Talk to you guys later.